Hi, I'm Belinda. Welcome to Belinda's Baubles, A Texas Vlogmas 2025, Day 14. I am trying my hand at making jelly for the very first time. When I was at my friend's cabin out in Weatherford, I found this gorgeous plant. I asked her about it and found out it was an American beautyberry, and the berries are edible. Even the leaves are good for something. They're a natural bug repellent. I didn't have any trouble with the mosquitoes out there. But look at this beautiful color to these berries. Now, I gathered some back in September and again in November. I cleaned them, dried them, and froze them. And I'm just now taking them out. Now, I've never done any canning before, so I bought a little kit from Amazon, borrowed some pots, and these are the berries. Now, some of them are brighter than the others. The ones that have been in the freezer since September, those had gone a little bit brown, but it doesn't seem to matter with the taste. So I ended up with 7 cups of berries. As I said, these are already washed and everything before I started here. You kind of try to get all of the debris you can out of them, but since we're going to be straining it, you don't have to get it all out. I've watched several different videos. Some of them said not to squish it, some said to squish them, and the ones that said not to just said it could make the jelly a little cloudier. But I wanted to get all of the flavor out that I could, so I decided to do this. I will link down below several of the videos because, as I said, this is my first time canning, so I am not an expert. I'm just sharing with you my experience. Now, as far as the amount of water, I decided to go with someone who said they were just covering the berries because they wanted a more intense flavor, and I liked that idea. So I didn't even measure out the amount of water, but I know it was less than the 7 cups, so I was not doing the 1-to-1 ratio. Now it's time to bring them up to a boil. Now, as it boils, as you see, the color kind of leaches out of the berries. And that's expected. The house was really busy today. Seaver had friends over. There was gaming going on in the background. So now that I brought it up to a boil, it's going to sit and boil covered for 20 minutes. So that's why I'm overdubbing this, by the way. Oh, the smell was amazing. It's actually the same smell as whenever I was picking the berries. It's a fruity floral scent, not like anything else I've ever smelled before. Okay, so now that it's boiled for 20 minutes, it's time to strain it. So I'm taking it over to the sink. Now, I warmed up this glass container in the microwave for 2 minutes so that I'm not putting hot into a cold glass. I'm using cheesecloth for a strainer. I've got a couple of layers there, along with my regular spaghetti strainer. And I want to make sure I get all of the juice out. I wish you had smell-o-vision because, oh, it smells so good. Okay, so the cheesecloth was kind of separating on me a little bit, so I squished it really good. And because I'd had some gaps in it, I was worried I had some other items in there. I ended up with 4 cups. of juice from the 7 cups of berries. And so I'm double straining it is what I'm doing here back into the pot that I will be using. And I wanted to use the large pot because after there's not a lot of juice in there per se, but there's going to be adding sugar and we're going to be doing a rolling boil, and I didn't want it to be coming up over the edge. So take a look at the difference in the color here. It's like an amber color, but this is not the final color. Okay, so I've got 4 cups of juice, and I'm going to do 5 cups of sugar. And I'm using Sure Gel pectin. And I'll also be using the butter. I'll tell you about that in a minute, along with lemon. So I decided to find out how much pectin was actually in one bag, and it's 5 tablespoons in the one. So I had a second one, and I put a total of 7 tablespoons of pectin. I'm now adding 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. This acid keeps the jelly from forming any kind of botulism. And I'm putting 1 tablespoon of 100% butter. Look at how the bubbles kind of run away from that. That's the whole purpose of the butter, is it kind of keeps the foaming down so that you have a clearer jelly. Now we're going to bring it up to a boil while mixing in the pectin and the butter and the lemon juice. Now that it's at a boil, we're going to add all of the sugar at once. And now melt it in while bringing it up to a boil again. Now look at this color. That is the color. It is that bright and vibrant. Isn't it beautiful? Now we're bringing it up to a boil, and you want it at a boil that will not stir down. So once it got to that point, I boiled it for 1 minute, stirring the whole time. Now I've had all of my clean, sanitized jars in the oven at 275 degrees to keep them warm, because you're not wanting to put hot into a cold glass. It'll just break off. And here I'm just trying to get out the little bit of foam, and I was not very good at it, but I kept that jelly. Now I'm using some of the things that came in the kit to make sure that I don't make a huge mess. And I'm pouring in enough of the jelly to just get it up to the top. Well, not to the top, but to the where this rim, so that it has head space in it, which is necessary when canning. And I ended up with 13 4-ounce and 1 more that went straight into the refrigerator that had that extra foam that I had dipped off. Because there's nothing wrong with it. It just may not look as good, but it tastes just as good. Now I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of white vinegar into each of my boiling waters that I have a silicone food grade trivet in the bottom of, because you don't want your jars to touch the bottom. And the tablespoon of vinegar is to keep from having the jars turn cloudy. I'm a little behind on my talking, I understand, but we'll catch up. So I used some vinegar to wipe around the rims all the way around so that I would get a good seal. Now I've already boiled my lids to sanitize them. And the kit came with this lovely magnet to help me put them on the top. And this is the disposable seal lids. Now I'm just going to put the rings on and just turn them enough by hand, but not tight, because you want them to be able to expand, and they're going to loosen a little bit, but you don't want them to come off. So it's just finger tightening, not tight, if that makes sense. Now they're ready to go in. Now this is a great tool that came in the kit, and the kit was about $15. Well worth it. Now I just have to figure out how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to be placing them into the water bath here. And I have additional water to pour over because you want to have at least 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of water over the top. So I had some hot water set aside already boiled so I could add to it. Now these are going to boil for 10 minutes. Now I took it off the heat source and they are going to sit there for 5 minutes. Now they're ready to come out. Did you hear the pop? Listen to the pops as they're sealing. This is so cool to me. This jar grabber has got to be the most amazing tool and makes the purchase well worth it. Okay, so if you were able to see in there just now really well, you can see the tops of the jars are still upward. I don't have a good hold on that one. There we go. And as I'm pulling them out, they're starting to pop. I'm really hoping you're able to hear this. I just heard another one go. I know these two haven't gone yet. There went. So still this one needs to go. This one popped under the water. In the world, why can't anything go right? Now that pop. Oh! The last pop just went. All sealed. Yes! Okay, the last step here is to tighten all the rings. There is a little tightening tool here that came in that kit, and I'm using it. And then they're going to sit on the counter for 24 hours. They all sealed, so they should all be good for about a year. It also came with some labels that I'm going to be using. But look how clear that turned out, and the vinegar kept any residue from getting on the jars. See you tomorrow for a taste test. I forgot to turn off or put on the Do Not Disturb. Bill's sending me pictures of something he's making. I'll have to share that with you later, or tomorrow. So I've got the jelly done today. I've put up the house cleaning to next weekend. Have the Christmas party in just a couple of hours for work. And I'm going to sit here and talk with you guys and open Advent. So this is my Advent week 3 from Mousewitch Yarns. These are full skeins, and this one is the Merry and Bright. Crinkling coming. It is very merry and bright. Look at this. Oh. Okay. Ready for the drum roll? Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hey, kind of goes with the hat. Ah, okay. Put that aside. And today is day 14. So let's see what we have for 14 in here. Have this. Was there something else? Oh, there's an extra package for day 14. Yeah. So I have an extra. Now this is from my friend's Scrappy Advent. I got caught up on the cow last night and then didn't bring it up here. I'll take a picture and stick it in here. I got a lot of editing to do today. So if this was late, that was why. Ooh, I've got all sorts of stuff in my hand. Ooh, I'll get to the yarn in just a second. Okay, what about, oh, look at this. This is so delicate and beautiful. Oh, okay, closer. There we go. Oh, it is that pretty. Oh, I love that. 3 Andys, one for me, one for Sam, and one for Seaver. The last one I didn't share. I kept them all. I needed chocolate that day. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I got some light coming in through the window, hitting up against me. Oh, well. Close enough. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's see what this is. I have a drink cozy or pad. Wisconsin, America's Dairy Land. All right, I love it. Let's see. Am I feeling something else? No. Okay. I don't have a cup of coffee or anything up here for it, but it's going to be right there. Chocolate now. Can y'all remind me tomorrow 15's up here? I'll forget it. I see the numbers and then I forget. Aha, here we go. Down below the teddy and the wreath. Ooh. And one of the red Lindor milk chocolate balls. Okay, so I better get cleaned up, head off. I hope you've enjoyed the content today. And I did voiceover because, well, I would have explained that, I'm sure, in the video. So I will see you guys in the morning. What was I going to, oh, I'll put a couple of pictures or something up here, show you some of the food we are going to, oh shoot, I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant. It's one I've never been to before. And so I'll take a picture of some of the food and everything. See you later.